And welcome to Double Talk.
We're on air.
We're on air. We are, and my name is Mark Steffen. This
I'm
is
Michael
Leo
Mandel,
Kotke.
Or Leo Kotke. Oh, yeah. Well, I can't play like him.
Leon Redbone?
Leon Redbone, maybe.
You look kind of like him.
Well, anybody, at least you didn't say he looked like a mariachi.
Well,
we're going to get to that, aren't we?
Yes, we have the mariachis coming. We're going to be getting to that this week. But before we do that.
Yeah, I don't want to get to it right away. You have more important things that are pressing that you'd like to get off your chest or your legs.
Yes, like lunch.
Like lunch.
We had lunch on Thursday.
Where you got a mouse in your pocket?
And, we like to talk about food. We talk about restaurants a lot on this show. Food, restaurants. We like to pretend we're foodies. Anyway, we had lunch this week at Garduño's here in Las Cruces.
Because we were surprised that after the big Garduño's, where De La Vegas went out of business, they moved into the El Canto Hotel, and they're taking a shot at it. Apparently, there's different managers there. The original Garduño's guy is managing this, or one of the original.
Well, the previous Garduño's went out of business, and rightfully so, because the food was not good and the service was not good.
Yeah, but it had great visuals.
Yes, but the interior design was wonderful. Now,
for Indiana Jones,
they've opened up in the Hotel Encanto, in a much smaller cafe, really. And but I've noticed the prices seem even more expensive than before.
Well, it is a hotel restaurant. Hotel restaurants tend to charge more.
Yes, they do.
And people are sort of captured if you want to eat.
You're a captive crowd, and But I really think that $15, $16 for lunch is a bit high.
Don't look at me.
And it's
break
just
the bank.
Mexican food.
Well, I had a cheaper thing, an entire quesadilla for $10, which had this mix of tortilla and cheese.
What a combination! There was no green chili?
There was circles of green chili.
I wish I would have sampled yours, and I should have.
You did, I thought.
No, I didn't. I had the opportunity to do so, and I didn't.
I thought you put it on your.
Well, it did have jalapenos on the side.
Quesadillas are $2 at Denny's.
And they're probably cheaper at Pro Ranch Market too. Quesadillas can be really good, and these were,
So-so? Is that what you're saying?
So-so, okay.
Well, I had a combination plate because I wanted to test how they did everything, and I had the chili relleno. Mm-hmm. I had
a chicken. Just with that.
A red chicken enchilada, and I had a chicken taco.
You also had a cheese enchilada.
I also had a cheese enchilada by mistake.
Yes. He ate it all because, why let food go to waste?
The chili relleno was okay. The chili itself didn't have a lot of flavor. The batter was not bad, though, and they had a lot of cheese in it. The red enchilada was very skimpy on the enchilada sauce. There really was very little sauce on it. I was very disappointed. And what sauce was on there was pretty flavorless.
With so many restaurants, of course, if you're a local, you're not necessarily going to go to Garduño's. I think that might be a
I should hope not,
because their menu is slightly under, double legal. Or you could go to La Posta. La Posta is not that bad.
La Posta is cheaper than Garduño's, and the food is much better, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Even though they've gone touristo on us. I would say that Garduño's is even more touristo.
Oh, yes. But you're safe. You won't get shot necessarily.
Well, you won't get any hot chili on your palate.
There's the other good restaurants I love. Giro's.
Oh, Giro's on Picacho.
Yes. And what do you love?
Well, I like...
And Carrillo's. Remember Carrillo's? They were excellent. Anyway, Garduño's seems, even though we promised everybody there we would...
say nice things.
We're
also here to tell the truth.
We're going to be honest. After all, Garduño's, I do like the name. They do very well in Albuquerque, but that's Albuquerque.
Yes, but I would think when it comes to Garduño's, thumbs down. If it was half the price, I still have to say thumbs down.
Well, maybe say thumbs sideways.
No.
Thumbs down. Well, it's a good thing nobody who goes to Garduño's is watching this, I guess.
I give them a year and a half, even though they are in a hotel.
A year and a half counting when they started or starting today?
Starting today.
I give them a year and a half starting when they started, which was about 6 months ago.
Was it really?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Well, we were,
What's
I think,
next?
one of 3 tables there.
Yes, but it was lunch.
And we
who wants to spend like $25, $30 for lunch for 2 people?
I mean, it's $15 more or less for lunch.
But plus it was your idea. It was your idea.
Plus beer, if you have 1 or 2 beers, you're over $20.
Plus a bottle of scotch, and you're over like $50.
Well, the cheap scotch you buy.
Yeah. Anyway, what's on next?
Well,
I'm wearing this because I can't read.
Well-
I'm prohibited from reading.
You know, there's going to be a lot of mariachis in town for the big mariachi conference this weekend, and a lot of them are going to be staying at that same hotel.
Yes, it'll be wild.
And they know what real Mexican food should be all about. And
well, we have to hear their opinion.
I would love to hear their opinions on what they thought of the food in Gardenia's there.
Well, I think most of them are going to go to Hooters.
I don't
You
think
get
so.
Mexican food in Hooters?
I don't think so.
How about?
I wouldn't know.
How about what's the one with Farley's? How's Farley's? Oh, look. Oh, he's pushing us ahead. This is who's going to star. Ezekiel
mariachis.
Peña. The show starts tonight at 7:30 in the Pan Am Center. This is always a major event. Tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, the Mariachi Mass in Mesilla. And for these 2 days, those of you who couldn't get enough of the Ren Fair, you can go over to Young Park and have a whopping good time because
What's going on there?
they're having a mariachi fair.
Oh, it's at the, okay.
Yeah. Sure,
Now-
it's at the Ren Fair.
And I understand that
Ren
the
Park.
Pan American Center sells out for this mariachi festival.
They do.
Almost. You could probably still get tickets. They won't be the greatest of tickets.
If
You
you
can
know
still get some.
mariachi, they bring the good mariachis. I never heard of that guy, but I love how he spells his name. Ezekiel.
Ezekiel
It's
Peña?
Ezekiel Peña. And they always have a good show. The Mariachi Cobra are going to be there,
Yes.
as they are every year. This is the 19th year, and Phyllis Franzoy has, I think, run it at least in the last probably decade.
Uh-huh. Vicky Carr has been a frequent guest. I don't think she's going to be there this year, though.
I would assume not, since Ezekiel
Peña is the
Peña's
headliner.
going to be there. Yeah, you
Right.
don't get Vicky Carr just to back up Ezekiel Peña, unless she has nothing to do. You know.
Well, she hasn't been advertised as coming. So she was here last year, I believe, or maybe the year before.
Yeah, it's good to get your facts straight
She'll
before
be
you
back.
mention anything.
That's true.
It always helps. What's next? I can't read.
Well, you know, I went shopping.
Oh,
I went shopping at Penny's the other day for pants.
they cost you a penny?
And I got home and I opened up the bag and brought them out. Whoa, to my surprise, the security device was still intact, which means, well, you can't really wear it with this thing sticking in your side.
Well, you could, but it would produce a welt.
And
Do
it's
you have
hard to
your-
put a belt on with this thing in the
Do
way.
you have your receipt for this? Because they're going to accuse you of shoplifting because half the kids sitting in this room took stuff from Penny's. And
Well, I just want
Foley's.
people to be careful.
This
when
is the Ultra Ink. So if you're gutsy enough to try to pull it off yourself, like with a crowbar, ink spurts out.
yeah, I was going to try to, with a hammer and a wedge.
So what was your argument here?
Well,
You said,
I get all the way home. I live a considerable distance from the mall. And so I called the manager and said, what happened? And I thought, well, I don't get to the mall very often, maybe 4 times a year. So she said, bring it all back. I said, that's too inconvenient. What I would like you to do is to send the clerk who made the mistake by not removing this with the device out to my house to remove this for me.
so
That seems only equitable.
yes, that would be fair. Do you have his name?
Nordstrom's would do
Do
this.
you have his name? Sure they would. They'd also brush your hair so that you look right for the part.
Yes, but the manager said that the removal devices are attached to the
Counters.
to the cash register
you go,
and
like
could not
that.
be removed.
It's one of those
And apparently
things.
she didn't have one of her own she could access.
So in about 3 months, you're going to be able to wear those pants, huh?
So no, if I have to go back to
See,
JC
you were at Gardunios today, right? Which is right across
don't
from
bring
the
that
mall.
up. I
Right
didn't
from
have
the
time
mall.
to run down
Oh,
there.
you didn't have time. No. Oh.
But look, if I have to return these to JCPenney's to get this, I'm just going to return them for a refund.
Well, that's what you got to do.
Unfortunately for
then
Alice,
what are you going to do?
Unfortunately for Alice, she was with me. She bought $230 worth of items. I'm going to return those too.
Why are you going to
So
return clothes on her? You know, it takes women a long time to choose
JC
what they're
Penney's
going
is
to
going to
wear.
lose out about $300 worth of items.
How much do those pants cost?
40
$60?
bucks.
40 bucks?
Yeah, they're $40.
You're taking. It says 514 bucks.
So
So you're really
JC
going
Penney
to,
loses out once again.
you know, you better watch out because JC Penney, Sears Roebuck, they're going to be in bankruptcy because of you and Alice.
Well, JC Penney went to this new thing where they no longer have clothing on sale. It's all now just a one low price. That's the price you pay when you go into JC Penney's. The fellow who used to run Apple took over JC Penney's to try and improve it. Well, the last quarter they've lost money big time, and they're just about to go out of business. And now I know why.
It takes a while for a new philosophy to start working, you know?
Right. So
Especially if you come from Apple and you go to J.C. Penney.
So I caution people about shopping at Penny's. I really do.
And what places do you push them into?
I don't.
Oh,
It's not my
then
goal
you
to
gotta
do
buy.
that.
You got to buy Levi's someplace. Where are you gonna buy your Levi's?
Well, I don't know. I was very disappointed with the gauge of material on these black Levi's.
Those are very thick.
They're not. No, they're not. They're very thin. Look,
Really?
this is not like Levi's that we used to know. Feel that? That's
Oh,
very
maybe
thin
right,
material.
right. This is thick.
It's very thin material.
So you need thick material because if it's not, you're gonna
Well, they
fall
wear
over.
out.
You'd fall over.
You get a pair of blue Levi's. They're much thicker material.
Well,
They're like
how much
dungarees.
What do you want dungarees for?
That's what they call
Working in
them.
the field?
So
Dungarees.
Penny's, thumbs down.
We're not being a very positive show.
Well, we're a consumer alert
Yes.
show. That's one of our goals here.
I think one of the things to be aware of is finding out whether you have any stickers on your clothes before you leave. You say, hey, look at this. Can you take this off? You're supposed to watch when you go shopping.
Well, sometimes you're busy, and that's their
And you get
job.
distracted, right?
Why should we do their job for them? Now I'm going to return these items.
It's called helping out. It's called, it's that socialism that the new government wants.
Well,
Helping out.
Michael and I are going to return these items with a camera, and we'll show you next week what happened when I returned the items. $300 worth of items to be returned.
Those of you
because
who want exciting stuff, I don't want to be there. I don't want to be embarrassed.
Michael will be holding the camera.
I'll be holding the camera, but I'll tell them I have nothing to do with this guy. How's that? He forced me.
Yes.
He held a gun to my elbow.
All right. If anybody would like to be a cameraman for this show,
What's the next
to
thing?
work in the field.
War.
Now, the next thing, which is even worse than Penny's, if you can believe that, is Walgreens.
Oh, you and Walgreens, you went over this last
Look,
week.
on
Just
Walgreens-
because you need a coupon-y thing.
Walgreens now it has their consumer membership card, and that is the only way you get the sale prices.
That's because CVS started it.
Yeah, because CVS
See?
came to town and they already had that program going when they opened the doors across the street from Walgreens. So now Walgreens has to be like CVS
It's psychological.
and do the same nonsense.
It's psychological. You have to keep up with.
They
people
want too
think
much
they're getting buys.
They want too much information from you.
You'd have no information that's possibly
They want
valuable.
they want
Nothing's
your
valuable.
name, your age,
Oh my God, they know your age.
address,
What's that going to do?
your phone numbers,
Oh,
your
your-
email address. Why?
that stuff-
Why do they want all that?
All that stuff is
I
in
know
the phone
why.
book. It's all in the phone
None
book.
of it's in the
Anybody
phone
who
book.
look up Mark Steffen on
My age is in there. My email
yes,
address.
your age is in
No,
there.
it's
It's
not.
on. Yes, I can find it for you under the yellow pages or the white pages.
No. And they want all this so they can do all their marketing easily enough. And then they take all that information and they sell it to other corporations. They sell it to the government. I don't want people knowing
They
what I
sell
buy,
it to the government.
when I buy it, and where I buy it.
You know, I don't mind if Walgreens knows that I like their peanuts because
Well-
if they send me ads for peanuts, it'll make me happy because
They know if you buy it, if you like it. That's all they need to know.
Right.
So at this point in time, I'm calling for a general boycott of all Walgreens because it's not just happening in Las Cruces,
I
Michael.
like Walgreens. I don't care.
I went to Roswell and they've initiated the same program there. So it's
You're like
system-wide now.
Roswell. Yeah, that's all the world here in Roswell. That's the entire world there. So if you had this thing, you could just sit at home and they'd send you the stuff you eventually need on a time thing.
Well,
you
they're
never
not
have
that
to leave
organized.
home. Anyway, we're going to have to take a break.
We're going to take a break
We're
here.
gonna
So
take a
once
break.
again, let's all boycott Walgreens.
Don't
I'm calling
boycott
for a
Walgreens. My wife
boycott of
love-
Walgreens.
My wife loves Walgreens.
Well, she'll learn not to.
No, she won't.
She'll learn to
You're
hate
just-
it like I have.
Well,
And we'll be right back
Where to
to Double Talk
As a curmudgeon, where are you going to
after
shop?
these words.
Huh? As a curmudgeon?
Welcome to La Buena Vida Women's Club, located away from the crowds but close to home. Come in throughout the day for Jazzercise, the world's dance fitness leader for nearly 40 years. Treat yourself to a relaxing massage, or unwind in the lounge area or outside on the balcony with friends. La Buena Vida Women's Club, located and designed with women in mind. For information, call Diane at 650-9721.
Hi, you found us on Channel 98. Keep watching because we have so much in store for you. We want to grow together. Your channel, local and real.
Celebrate, celebrate, Fiesta Motors.
Come and see us today and discover why our service is second to none. In business for over 17 years, we have the right car for you. When you buy a Vehicle Motors, we do everything possible to ensure your satisfaction. Located at the corner of El Paseo and Main. See you there.
Celebrate Fiesta Motors, where buying a car is always a celebration.
Thanks you for coming back to Double Talk right here on Channel 98.
With Mark and Michael.
I'm Mark, he's Michael.
And if you want to see us on YouTube, we're at Double Talk, Mark or Michael, either one.
That's right.
Do that. There's a lot of Double
Worldwide.
Talks. We're the only ones that have Mark or Michael after the name Double Talk,
I hope so.
as well as the date.
Yes. Now, we were talking about consumerism and all that. Now we're going to talk about the
Killerism.
the coyote slaughter that's going on here in New Mexico, which could involve consumerism because the fellow putting it on has received such negativity about it that he's now saying, "Oh, we're going to sell the pelts."
To
Well,
who?
I don't know.
Lucy Van Pelt? Is that who you sell those to?
Well, see, coyotes have no season. It's open season on coyotes. You don't need a permit or anything
Here's what's
like
interesting. You don't need a permit. He needs a permit because he's running a contest. I did read something in this
Yes,
article.
that's true.
So he needs a permit, and if you're going to, shoot the heck out of
He
a
probably
coyote,
has an entry fee, and the person who kills the most coyotes gets a
Yeah.
fabulous
could be
prize.
fun. All the pelts. You get all the pelts. You get a beautiful fur coat.
Yes. Well, the thing about coyote fur is that it does
It
not
sheds.
frost up in cold weather, which is why the Air Force has used them for the collars of their flight jackets for years, for pilots to wear. I don't know if they still do. They
They're a
probably
wealth of
don't.
information.
Yeah, it's true. But a coyote slaughter means that all the rodents that the coyotes eat will now have no predators, and
Then we'll have to have a rodent slaughter.
then we'll have to have a
harder
mouse
to
kill,
shoot,
a
there's a
rabbit
lot.
kill, a rat kill,
You can't kill rabbits.
grasshopper.
They're cute.
They kill grasshoppers too. So
shoot horses,
they're
don't
just
they?
throwing the ecological balance completely out of whack.
Oh, well.
And
So
plus
you're
it's
saying
a-
we shouldn't do this?
It's a bloodthirsty. It's a blood sport. No, we shouldn't do it.
And bring the Lobo back. Oh, wait, it's already back.
And look at we have some cute coyote
Yeah,
pups.
do the next coyote picture.
Here's what live coyotes look like.
Producer. Oh, there you go. Look at that. Doesn't it look like a little puppy?
Those are cute little coyote
little
pups,
puppy.
and they're sitting there waiting for their parents to return,
Although-
who never will because they were killed in the coyote slaughter.
Although nobody ever has coyote puppies, do they? I mean, people have wolves. They have wolves as their pet.
You're not
but
allowed
they
to have
never
a
have
wolf. You
coyotes.
can have half wolf.
Oh my God, that must be hard to walk.
And well, it's the same thing as it's the same mentality that these people have as the rattlesnake roundup. They like to have in Alamogordo.
rattlesnake. Come on, guys, you want to see the pictures of the rattlesnake?
Rattlesnake roundup.
They cut them up and use them for meat.
They say, oh, if we don't have this, the streets of Alamogordo will be overrun with rattlesnakes. Well, we know that's a big lie.
Well-
What they're overrun with now is mice and rats that the rattlesnakes eat.
Well, in Alamogordo, if there were more people there, less rattlesnakes would be there. So get some people in Alamogordo walking up and down the street. Step on some of those rattlesnakes while you're there.
What Alamogordo needs is more rattlesnakes to get rid of some of those people.
They have some good people there.
Speaking
I'm
of
sure.
Speaking
Maybe.
of some good people, Joanne Ferrari,
Yes.
who is running for New Mexico House of Representatives, District 37,
Against.
is running against Terry McMillan in District 37.
It's going to be, well, you know,
Well, it's a tight race.
the
In
paper
fact,
said it's going to be a toss-up, but I think that is just sensationalism because they think it's so cool that you can decide something as important as a political race by saying,
Drawing
flipping
of
a
a
coin. It
card.
doesn't really matter, really. You go eeny, meeny, miny, mo. You got to figure out where you're going to
Well,
start.
when they had the first count of the ballots at first, she was ahead by 2 votes. They counted them again,
Then she was ahead by 7.
and then now they're saying it's even. They're tied, completely tied.
They're
And
redoing
so it's an
it.
even
They're redoing
race.
it. Oh, they might have redone it by.
They're going to count one more
we're
time, I
watching
guess.
this.
And then if it's still even, they're going to draw a card or flip a coin or something like that.
Oh, you know what
To
would be the best
determine.
day? The best thing to do?
Foot race,
Duel.
a duel,
A duel. They
Sure.
back, they walk 10 paces, turn around
turn
and
and
shoot.
fire.
Yeah. So
Sure. And if she
What?
gets shot, he's a doctor and can fix her up.
I think he's a dentist. I don't know
Oh.
what he is. What is he?
I thought he was a doctor.
He's some kind of doctor. Dentists could fix people. They went to school for stuff.
Sure.
So that, there's 12,000 total votes, around 12,000.
More or less.
What if there was they should never let votes come out to even numbers. That's the problem. It has to always be odd numbers. If they should count them as they come in, and if it's coming out to be an even number, you don't let that guy vote. That last guy.
No, you find somebody else.
Or you
to
get
come
somebody
in.
else to make it an odd number.
You know,
That would work.
Or you just vote a second time.
Well, that goes without saying.
It always works for
I am
me.
a Democrat.
So anyway, I personally wish Joanne Ferrari all the best, and I hope to see her in Santa Fe before too long.
You're going to Santa Fe, huh?
Oh,
No, you're
yes.
not. Okay, so what's
If she wins, I will go there.
Oh, while we're talking about people, we had this thing about Barbara Couture leaving as the president, and
Yeah.
then the other one who was the provost, what was her name? Wilkins. Wilkins leaves this 3-page paper talking about what's wrong with the system. And one of the things she says is it's no focused direction.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
Oh.
And nothing is actually directed to any sort of sensibility. So to solve that, they're going to do 7 focus groups to get them focused.
Okay.
7 focus groups gets you off focus. It gets you scattered. You need somebody to say, we need to do this.
That's committee mentality. We don't
Yeah.
need that for sure. But what we do need is Thanksgiving, because that's coming up.
Oh, we
next
always
week.
need Thanksgiving.
It's coming up next
That's
Thursday.
one of the most popular, that is the most popular holiday, except for Ramadan.
Ramadan. Well, we didn't really celebrate Thanksgiving in this country until the Civil War, when Lincoln established it as a national holiday, just as a morale booster for the troops.
Have you been reading things? What is this? You know about coyote fur?
Oh, correct. Yes.
President Lincoln. Did
I'm a
you
wealth-
see that in the movie?
And so Thanksgiving is this. There's the Puritans, and they're the ones that were saved by the Indians.
Yes, but they don't have an A on
And
it.
then to show their gratitude, they killed all the Indians.
And turkeys.
And
And the turkeys they killed.
yes,
So there's a lot of danger when you cook your turkey in oil. Most of them are calories. That's a
that's
big
true.
danger.
But
They
there's,
explode. Do you do calories?
there's Thanksgiving dinner going on all around the city. You can get a free Thanksgiving dinner at Texas Roadhouse, if you want to wait in the line forever and ever, or at the soup kitchen.
Or knock on Mark's door. I'll give you the address at the end of the show, so stay tuned.
Frankly, I'm without a place to have a Thanksgiving dinner this year.
Oh.
That's true.
So call the office and invite Mark to dinner.
The most expensive dinner in town is $75
Where's that?
a person.
Double legal?
I'm not even going to say.
Double legal?
I'm not saying.
Gardunios?
But De La Vega sounds like a pretty good one, though. I think it's only like $19
That's pretty cheap. You know who else has a good turkey
plus
dinner?
free champagne.
Swanson. Did you ever try that?
Swanson's
Yeah.
Hungry Man dinner
Yeah, it comes in a little thing. It's
Uh-huh.
really convenient.
fits on a tray.
Yes, so that's Thanksgiving
But
for you.
Black Friday comes right after Thanksgiving.
Hey, that's not pretty to say that.
And,
it's like prejudice.
But this year Kmart and Target are having theirs early, on Thanksgiving Day, not the day after, which is Friday. They're having theirs on Black Thursday.
You know why that's great? You get rid of your family. I mean, you don't want your family hanging out at your house. It's a great idea. And then people don't have to watch that. When's football? Is that
All day
Thursday?
long.
So, God, I could do without football.
So you go eat at the shelter, and then go to shopping, get some great values at Target
There's something for $199.
and Kmart. So Target.
You know what? I bet the pants you just bought are going to be really cheap.
Yeah, they probably will. I
You
should have
should
waited.
go there and, when are you going to return them? We'll return them this week, and then you go back and get everything.
Right. Okay.
And Target. Oh, yes.
Right. So
Well, I love Target.
also now,
I'm afraid of
speaking of the
Kmart.
dark, it's a law in Las Cruces that everybody have their addresses on their house, their home address visible
On the curb?
from the street at night.
On the curb?
Doesn't have to be on the curb, just has to be visible. Whether it's on your house, on your curb, on a post, it doesn't matter. But you do have to have your address visible. And too many people in this town do not. And imagine if an ambulance is trying to find your house.
You're dead.
How about the poor paper boy at night trying to find, he's new on the job, he can't find your address, and I know what that's all about.
Paperboy at night.
Imagine the Avon lady
She
trying
knows where you
desperately
live.
to find
She knows
your
where you
address.
live. I was canvassing people for one of the parties for this. There was some kind of election earlier this
Yeah.
year. I don't remember what
I heard
it was
about it. It was
for.
in all the papers.
Was it? I don't read the papers. And man, there's a lot of places. You could go in circles trying to figure out where the house was. It was really
Yes.
weird. So,
So
they were
please.
making it a law that you had to have it on your curb. In fact, that's why I have it on my curb now.
Good. And you should have it visibly in more than one place. And that also applies to people in the county as well. The county had a
Like you?
rural addressing program going on, but they really didn't stick to it. They really didn't care much about it. And you go out in the county and try to find addresses on houses. It's very hard to do sometimes. So please, everybody, put your addresses on your house. Take it from me. It means a lot to those trying to find your house. It could mean a lot to you, too.
I'm not going to comment. I mean,
Now, speaking of addresses, Main Street, downtown. Today, downtown, Main Street opens.
what's today?
Today's Saturday.
Oh, okay.
They've been refurbishing Main Street now for the
2:30,
last
huh?
couple of years. They finished it off as of last night.
And it looks just like this now.
And-
The postcard from 1923.
Well, here's Las Cruces back from in the 40s. That's what
Oh,
Main Street used
you
to look
remember
like.
that, don't you?
Now, here's Main Street as when it was a downtown mall in the 80s and 90s.
That was the yellow brick road combined
Yes,
with the
meandering
trees. You know, we were in Vegas, and not that I'm bragging, but you'd go through the malls, and they have these, the interior malls, and they have the yellow brick road, and they have tons of people. We should do that. All you need is get some stores like Tiffany, Cartier.
Oh, yes, yes,
and good clothes stores.
Yeah, so Main Street, today at 2:30 down in front of the Music Box on Main Street, there's going to be a procession from one end to the north end. The mayor will be there, and it might be fun.
He
I
might
don't know.
walk. He might walk.
Now, the country club is for sale. Well, it was for sale.
Again.
It has since been sold to secret buyers. Nobody knows except the mayor. And so ask him today, when you go to the Main Street opening, who
bought
bought the
it?
country club?
Yes.
And they're going to turn it into condos, of course, and ruin it. And
Yeah, the Wells Fargo building, we don't know who bought that. Just
That's
big
right,
things.
that's right.
Here's the other thing. If you want to be a renegade, go to the old country club and hit a couple balls around. Nobody's going to stop you.
Right.
It's not like they have guards, right? It's
also,
free. It's
this
free.
weekend, I'm kind of running along because we have running out of time.
Yeah.
This weekend, there's a couple of plays. We can go see the Rocky Horror Show. That's the original play that the movie was later based on.
That's a picture from the movie.
And also, we have another
Some
play.
good people
No, this
in
is at
that.
the university.
Yes. Rocky Horror Show's in the university.
Well, it opened last night. Also, downtown at the Black Box Theater, we have Still Life with Iris
Right.
by Stephen Dietz. I hear it's a good script.
He does good stuff. The shows at the university start at 7:30. Shows at Black Box start at 8 on Fridays and Saturdays.
That's right.
And you said there was no matinee for the
No
university.
matinee this week.
But there will be later.
Yes. Now, I just want to recommend a film I saw this week, Cloud Atlas.
Cloud Atlas.
Starring Tom Hanks. I highly enjoyed this movie. I recommend it. It's rated R and a hard R, I would think.
Hard
A
on.
hard R.
Really funny,
Yeah.
huh?
And
You kids can't go.
it reminds me of that restaurant in New York, Horn and Hard Art.
Hard art? Yes.
This film has a hard R, but I
So do
recommend
you.
Cloud Atlas. And with that, we're out of time.
Are we out of time? Give
We
us
are.
some fingers. Put some fingers up.
So-
Come on, guys. What do we got?
So,
Okay.
we've got
We're
15
done.
seconds to wrap
Good
it
to
up.
be here.
Thanks, everybody, for joining us this week on Double Talk. We'll be back next week
Yeah.
on Thanksgiving week, and we'll hope to see you all then.
Still going?